Okay, a lot of people want to tell you not to listen to the gospel of the Holy 12 and not to listen to the Essene gospel of peace. These are the real teachings of the real spiritual people that you look up to and call disciples and call Jesus. These are the real teachings. And the reason they don't want you to read them, they want you to think they're not true, is because they convict everyone. Okay? You're going to come out of that body and you're going to be convicted in your own self because you're going to know the truth. And you're going to know that what happened here was you were tricked into devouring flesh from animals who share a soul with you. You were tricked into eating your own soul. And if you don't wake up to this, as hard as it is, and I know that no one wants to hear it, my family doesn't want to hear it, no one wants to hear it. I didn't want to hear it for a long time, but there is no denial when you start reading these books and then you start fasting and you start praying, the divine will tell you, the divine will show you that this is true. Long ago, before the great flood, the great ones walked the earth, and the giant trees, who were the great ones? We were. Even those which now are no more than legend, were their home and their kingdom. They lived many score of generations, for they ate from the table of the earthly mother, and slept in the arms of the heavenly Father. And they knew not disease, old age, nor death, because death is a sin. Sickness and death were not created by God. These are sins. We are not meant to die. And those who walk right and have their soul intact do not. They do not get sick and they do not die. We are eternal beings. To the sons of men did they bequeath all the glory of their kingdoms, even the hidden knowledge of the tree of life, which stands in the middle of the eternal sea. But the eyes of the sons of men were blinded by the visions of Satan and by promises of power, even that power which conquers by might and by blood. By blood. Okay? You need to understand the deep mystery of blood and what it is and how it works. And I can't give that to you. You have to earn that on your own. And then did the Son of Man sever the golden threads that bound him to his earthly mother and his heavenly Father. This is why people can't hear God. This is why people are so disconnected from God. This is a mystery of what's happened in our world. His thoughts and his feelings were one with the law and began to use only his own thoughts, his own feelings, and his own deeds, making hundreds of laws, whereby before there was only one. There is one law, and that is the law of love and kindness. Love does not kill. Love does not devour a living being's flesh and lock it in a pen. This is where all disease comes from. All of them. Trace one disease. Try to tell me one disease that didn't come from farming animals. And so did the sons of men exile themselves from their home, and ever since have they huddled behind their stone walls, hearing not the sighing of the wind in all the trees of all the forests beyond their towns. I tell you truly, the book of nature is a holy scroll. And if you would have the sons of men save themselves and find everlasting life, teach them how once again to read from the living pages of the earthly mother, for in everything that is living in life is the law written. In all things the law is written. It's even in your heart. It is written in the grass, and the trees, and the rivers, and the mountains, and the birds, and the sky, and the fishes, and the sea. How did the Sibyls get their oracles? Where we get the Bible. We get the Bible from the Sibylline oracles. Let me tell you how. They sat in silence, and they connected with the elements of earth, and it whispered to them, and this is true. He who honors his earthly mother does her laws, for her breath is your breath, and her blood is your blood. This is with the animals. This is what the Bible teaches. You share a soul with the animals, and when you hurt them and take part in devouring them, you are taking part of a ritual that is designed to trick you to devour your own soul. And we can connect all this history back to the flood, to England, to the giants, I've posted many lectures. I'm not the only one who is being shown all of this. We need to wake up. This all connects. This is all the truth. You want the truth. You want the truth, you say. You say that you want the truth. Well, listen closely. Go in silence in nature, and God will tell you, stop devouring my creatures. This is where all disease comes from. Your blood is getting thicker, and it's turning black. This is what this book says. And in this book, Jesus had to rid the parasites out of people. He would make them fast, and then he put hot milk on a hot rock. He put milk on a rock that was hot, right? And a giant worm came out of one of the disciples' noses. Because where do parasites come from? Flesh. Okay? If you want to be holy, if you want to be free, you have to quit shunning things like this and saying, oh, it's not legit. This is the truth, okay? You say you're not of the world, but then you listen to the world when they tell you this is not the gospel. This is the gospel. This is the real teachings of the real Jesus, Isa. That they've gotten you to worship him, and they've gotten you to think that, oh, you're forgiven for devouring your brothers and sisters. Oh, you're forgiven for all your sickness and death. There is no sickness and death. This is the abomination of desolation. I'm going to shut up. Because there are very few people that are going to understand the depths of this. Okay? Every biblical character was vegetarian. John the Baptist, Jesus Christ, Daniel. Daniel could not see a vision until he went 3 weeks without eating meat, drinking wine, or having oil anointed upon him. That is why he was able to see better than any seer in the land, because he quit devouring these things. And then he could hear God again. He could hear the angels. And I have quit devouring these things. And I can hear them again. You can hear, you can see when you stop. When you eat the blood, you're cutting off the cords that connect you to the source of all life, to your mother and father.